My name is Parker, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you haven't gotten the chance to check out any of the series previously, I do suggest you go do so now, as we are on day 17 of Echoes of the Past October, a month-long prompt event being run by none other than Typically Untypical. If you haven't gotten the chance to go check them out, please go do so now. Today's prompt is, a guard is as much a prisoner as those he keeps from freedom, by narrative due the living blood. I would also like to tell you that there are some trigger warnings for today's story, so of course go check out that description. And I would like to give a special nod to my older brother. He is the light of my life and probably my best friend, although I would never admit that to him. Happy anniversary, big bro. And without any further ado, this is Freedom by none other than me. Remus sighed, counting out the prisoners. He hated it here. He was a guard to one of the most notorious prisons in the world. He'd expected a lot more, or a lot less from his life. He wanted to be a marine biologist, or a mass murderer, not a prison guard. "Are you sure there are 39 of him, Officer Brown?" the other officer asked skeptically. Remus looked at him like he was an idiot. He had been working in this unit for a few months, while the other officer had only been there for a few days. "Yes, Memphis, I am positive that I counted them right," he hissed as he logged it. Memphis looked about ready to argue, but Remus looked at him with irritation. "If you would like to recount or have to do count time again, you are welcome to. There are 39 of them," he grumbled. Memphis bit his tongue and turned towards the prisoners, checking over the amount of them directly in the cell ahead of them. There were only 4 of them, but there were some cells with 6 people in them. It didn't make much sense to Memphis as it did to Remus. The unit had a quite large release rate, so they just stayed in whatever cell they were initially assigned to until they either switched to the long-term unit or they got out entirely. Remus let out a long, slow sigh. Leaning back in his chair, he closed his eyes in exhaustion. He wasn't tired. He was actually just so much more than bored. He didn't have any charge for the dead-end job that he had been working for so long. He wanted nothing more than to just live his dreams. He had gone to school to be a marine biologist, but with the fact he had only interned at a place that was only sort of like marine biology, and had been at this place since then, he had very little to no chance to actually getting there. With a sigh, he remembered the fact he was just as trapped as all the people that he was helping keep trapped. Except, unlike those who he directly worked with, he had no chance of ever getting out. Unlike all of them, he was likely to never find freedom again. Even if he truly tried, he was just as much a prisoner of the prison's game as everyone around them. I do hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. It was a short one, but it was a sweet one. And without any further ado, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and be safe.